I was working at Rodale's shop, electrician, and Mama was living by herself on GI Street. And I don't know if she called me or I just happened to go down there. I can't remember all that, but I think I just went down there. And she told me, said, I had a little trouble with my water heater. And I done what your daddy used to do. I said, what'd you do, Mama? And we went in the kitchen and she had a fuse box. So she said, I took that two fuses, 220 volt. I took them two fuses out and I squeezed them, the prongs together where the fuse plugged in, so they'd be a little tight. I said, kept blowing fuses. I said, Mama, what'd you squeeze? She said, what'd you squeeze them prongs with? She said, I just took my fingers and I think my whole life, I think that's the only time I've really, truly got angry with her. Not angry in a different way, I guess you call it, but I said, Mama, you can't do that. She said, why? I said, Mama, I'm an electrician. I said, if you've been up there touching them top two prongs and you'd have reached over and touched that stove, or if your hand had bumped up against the side of that fuse box, I said, it'd have killed you. You would have been dead. And how do you think that would? That's the only way I could think to make a commitment not to do it again. I said, how do you think that'd make me feel when everybody knew that you got electrocuted and here I am, your son, an electrician, and you doing something like that? I said, don't you ever do that like that again. And she looked like, I don't know. She looked stunned. I said, Mama, I'm sorry. So I hugged her and I said, don't you worry about it, Mama. I'll take care of it. I said, you won't have to do that anymore. So I went and got what I call a MO box. Got them at the mail and put a breaker in there so she wouldn't have to worry about no fuses again. But Lord, that upset me when she told me she touched him. I mean, she actually reached up there with a finger, you know.